Hello everyone. So today we are going to talk about one of the important concept in English language communication. Whenever we have communication with each other in specifically in English language, that time or any other language, that time this particular concept have its importance in the process of communication, and this particular concept is kinesics. So, the basic meaning of kinesics is the study of body language or study of non-verbal cues while having communication. So, let's see what are these non-verbal cues makes our communication important and makes our communication interesting. So, as I already told you, that kinesics means the silent language of the body, or even we can say in other words, kinesics means non-verbal cues, the use of non-verbal cues. So it encompasses everything from gestures and facial expressions to posture and eye contact. How do we use these aspects while having communication? How do we use eye contact? How do we use, we can say, gestures, or how do we use facial expressions? All those things are or can be studied in this particular concept. So let's see how these aspects create an impact in the process of communication. So the first aspect which we are going to talk about is physical appearance. So first impressions, it is said that first impressions always makes an impact. First impressions are last impressions. So your physical appearance is very much important in the process of communication, whether this communication is a corporate communication, or whether it's we can say a kind of one-on-one communication. So your physical appearance will always make an impact in the process of communication. So how physical appearance is important? Let's say professionalism. Obviously your physical appearance, if your physical appearance is good, then it will indicate that you are professional enough, or you have engaged yourself in that particular process. Obviously, in physical appearance, another aspect can be important, and that is grooming and self care. How you maintain yourself or how you groom yourself. And after that, obviously, personal style as a communicator. How do you communicate with each other, or how do you communicate with other people, and how do you maintain your different style while having communication? So all these things can be added into physical appearance, obviously. After this, after physical appearance, there is another aspect, and that is eye contact. Obviously eye contact is also important. How do you make eye contact with other person while having communication? uh, it indicates how much confident you are in that particular communication, or how much confident you are at that particular time. Obviously you need to understand, while having eye contact, you need to understand cultural variations, because in some cultures, having too much eye contact or having longer eye contact can offend another person, whether that person is uh, male or female. But in some cultures, it will offend that particular person. So obviously, you need to have the knowledge of that particular culture while having communication with the person. And also avoiding eye contact with the person can indicate that you are not confident enough in that particular communication, and it will indicate your nervousness, it will indicate your discomfort, and even it will indicate that you are trying to deceive the person. So that's why your eye contact will always signify a respect or a difference in certain contexts. So that's why you need to be aware. You need to use your eye contact with effective manner. After this, facial expressions. You can see the picture. In this particular picture, this lady is wearing kind of different kind of facial expressions on her face, and all these facial expressions actually indicate something different. Okay, each facial expressions is a kind of an indicator, and it's a kind of indicator of the emotion of that particular lady. So obviously your facial expressions will also have the same kind of impact while having communication with other person. So obviously facial expressions can be considered as a universal emotions and subtle cues in the process of communication. So micro expressions and their significance you need to understand while having communication with the person. Also, authenticity of smile. Sometimes too much smile or too much laugh can indicate that you are trying to hide something, or the smile which is not authentic can indicate that you are somehow trying to deceive the person, or you are somehow hiding something from the person. So your smile need to be authentic. Your expressions which you are expressing with the help of smile, those need to be uh, accurate, and those need to be authentic. Obviously reading emotional shifts. Okay, while having communication you need to understand, or you need to analyze the smile of other person also. You need to analyze that what kind of smile that person is having on his face, and by analyzing that you can understand whether that person is happy, or what kind of emotions are there behind his or her smile. So obviously, facial expressions and smile uh, can be a kind of, we can say, an important indicator in the process of communication. Next one is posture, conveying confidence, openness, and attitude. Obviously, confident posture will be an important thing while having communication. So you need to sit upright, your stance need to be upright. You need to keep your shoulders open, and you need to actually you need to keep your arms relaxed. And what it will indicate, obviously it will indicate the self assurance and authority, and it will indicate the confidence which you possess. Closed postures sometimes they can be harmful in the process of communication, because crossed arms or legs can signal defensiveness, that you are being defensive, or it can show the disinterestedness, or even a closed mind, that you are not present in the process of that particular communication, you are absent in the process of communication. That's what it will indicate. After that, open posture, obviously uncrossed limbs and an exposed torso suggest receptiveness, honesty, and approachability. So, open posture can be a good thing in the process of communication. Your posture, uncrossed limbs, and an exposed torso that will suggest the receptiveness, honesty, and approachability. So obviously, posture will have an important, it will have an important role to play in the process of communication. Gestures, illustrators, emblems, and adapters. So gestures are purposeful movement of the hands, arms, head, or other body part. How do you maintain these body part, or how do you use these body parts in the process of communication? What kind of we can say movements you make with hands while having communication? What kind of movements you make with your arms? And along with that, how do you use your head and other body parts to uh, in the process of communication, or even we can say how do you use them to make your communication more effective. So, as I already told you, that they can be illustrators, emblems, and adapters. So, gestures that accompany speech to clarify or emphasize verbal messages. For example, while having communication, you are doing different kind of hand movements, which are helping you to convey that particular message with a better manner. Okay, or pointing while giving directions. After that, it can be used as emblems, like gestures that have direct verbal translations and can stand alone. For example, thumbs up. If someone has done a good work, and if you are giving a thumbs up to that particular person, so to that, adapters, like unconscious gestures that satisfy a physical or psychological need, often related to anxiety, fidgeting, or nail biting. So obviously, they can be adapters, and those unconscious gestures, they satisfy a physical or psychological need, often related to anxiety. After this, another part is there, and that is the interplay of kinesics. How these different aspects will play a kind of important role, or how interconnections of these aspects will make your process of communication better. So obviously, if you are using these different aspects, if you are using these different body movements in the process of communication with effective manner, then obviously these aspects will gonna help you in the process of communication. Definitely, uh, they will help you uh, to improve or to express yourself with a perfect manner. Your eye contact will show other person that you are so much confident. Your facial expressions will indicate that you are participating in that particular process with 100% manner. Your posture will indicate whether you are confident or not, and your gestures combine to form a coherent and something contradictory message. Obviously, if you are using your gestures with perfect manner, then they will indicate that you are coherent in the communication. You have engaged yourself in the process of communication. So in this way, these all aspects will play uh, a crucial role to make your communication important, and to make your communication effective. Mastering kinesics, enhancing your communication skills. How do you need to master the kinesics, or how you can master this particular skill? So obviously, observation will help you uh, in order to understand, in order to learn these skills. You need to have observation skills, or you need to observe people. You need to observe them, how do they use these aspects with effective manner, and you can, by observing them, you can adapt those things. Like, pay attention to the non-verbal cues, how people use non-verbal cues in their everyday communication without jumping to conclusion. Look for different kind of patterns. You need to learn, you need to study the patterns. Practice self-awareness. Become conscious of your own body language and how it impacts your message. Record yourself for review. Obviously, you can do this, and this process will gonna help you because self-awareness is too much important in the process of communication. You need to learn that how your facial expressions, how your eye contact, or how your dressing code is going to have an impact on other person. Even while talking, you need to study your own language. You need to study your own way of communication, like how do you communicate with other people. You need to practice it in front of the mirror so that you can analyze your speaking style. You can analyze your how do you speak with other people. After that, align verbal and non-verbal. Obviously, what you can do, you can align verbal communication and non-verbal communication. Like sometimes what happens that when you speak, your body language will not help you to make that particular communication so much effective, or your body language will not be coherent with whatever you are speaking. So what you need to do, you need to you need to find out the coherence. You need to understand uh, you need to understand your process of communication, and you need to prepare yourself like that, uh, that your body should correlate whatever you are speaking, or your body should support with whole manner whatever you are speaking. Adapt to context, adjust your nonverbal communication based on the cultural norms and specific situations. As I already told you, that you need to understand the different kind of cultures. You need to understand cultural differences and how these verbal or non-verbal cues will create an impact according to the culture. Because without understanding culture, it's not possible for you to have communication with effective manner. So obviously, studying culture before having communication is too much important. After this, obviously, what are the key takeaways from this particular presentation? So it tells us that kinesics is too much powerful. Kinesics can bring a change in your professional, we can say, background, or kinesics can bring a change in your professional life. Obviously, um what we need to do, we need to pay attention, uh, be mindful, pay attention to your own nonverbal signals and those of others for richer communication. Obviously, what you need to do, or what you can do, you need to you can analyze your own communication style and try to improve it day by day. And even you can analyze the communication styles of others so that you can learn some new things from their communication or their way of communication. Then obviously context matters. Interpret cues within their cultural and situational context to avoid misjudgment. So obviously, in order to avoid misjudgments, what you need to do, you need to understand in which context you are speaking with other person, and you need to understand the nonverbal cues in that particular culture or in that particular context, so that you shouldn't make any kind of we can say mistakes while having communication with the people from a different culture. So that's it. This is for today. Thank you.